Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of The Republic.
It's been a minute. But we're back. It's your boy Bikes and your boy Names. Usual steez.
You know what
What's
I think?
going on?
I think we must just stop facing people. It's been a minute because then maybe they'll have the Mandela effect and believe we've just.
Because they don't even have a concept of what the timeline is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? For them, it's just
So actually, it's not been a minute
yeah.
from
We
last
saw
week's
you
episode
fucking last week and the week before.
and the week before.
And the double episodes we had before that.
We were just in your kitchen earlier on. All of this got your Tanya was watching us.
Absolutely.
Sinjay, so what we're gonna talk about first?
Yo, there's a lot to talk about actually. There's a lot's been going on. In the world of football. It's absolutely crazy. For both of our teams.
I think
we're gonna go Arsenal first.
We got Arsenal first because I got things to say.
Got things to say.
Because the Liverpool game. Arsenal and Liverpool always have chess games of soccer.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. And statistically, Arsenal Liverpool is the most entertaining game in Premier League. In Premier League history.
Is it?
Most goals scored.
I always thought it was Arsenal and Chelsea. Arsenal and Chelsea used to have bangers back in the day.
Yeah, but most goals scored in Premier League is Arsenal Liverpool. Yeah. And then before that, it's a Liverpool. Someone else also for most goals scored. But I know Liverpool's been involved in both. The record Liverpool had with someone else they broke with Arsenal. Yeah. Liverpool Arsenal's always bangers. Always bangers.
I hate that we're not even in that conversation. Man.
I think you saying Liverpool for the other most goals scored.
I think that's just from fucking.
Recently, y'all just been taking.
Nah, we just been taking that. We just been in the receivers.
Just okay, here that 9 out. That 9 out.
Yeah, the 9 out. Yeah.
Yeah.
What 9? They didn't even 9.
They gave you 7.
They gave you 7. Yeah. No, 9.
9.
9.
Why you make it sound like it's 4?
Bro,
why you make it sound like it's 4?
We've never had a 9 before. The day we have a 9.
Nah, that Bru's gone.
That Bru he's gone on the pitch already. Or like Ollie was gone on the pitch against Watford. Ollie knew in the dressing room.
Kiki, here's the number now. So, game starts, and obviously, and people, I heard a lot of complaints about me, and people are like, oh no, they knew if Arsenal don't win the game, I'm going to talk about the refs. I want to make it clear. I feel like the refs are fucking around in my game. No? Nothing you say to me will stop me from complaining about that. Or threatening to burn that man's house down. Or do unspeakable things to his loved ones. Like,
unsavory acts.
I can't control it. When I'm there, I'm furious. I'm furious why Diaz can just kick the ball away all day. And the ref does fuck. I'm furious about how Kanate can UFC straight through Martinelli. And that not be a penalty. Like, he wiped Martinelli out. The ball happens to hit Kanate's hip. Not the part he was tackling with his hip. Not the legs that went through Martinelli. Then I'm complaining about how my player jumps up for a header and the ref calls it as a foul because Szoboszlai doesn't contest. Szoboszlai just stands there. You didn't foul him, you jumped over him. Can we not jump over people? I didn't foul you. I just jumped. You were standing waiting for the ball to come down. I jumped. I won it. The ref blows. You know, so I was a bit too pissed about the refereeing decisions. Arsenal were bare bones though. Yo, we were on bread and butter there, bro. We ended the game with 4 fullbacks.
A lot of your players are injured and you guys, who was suspended was Rice playing?
Saliba was suspended.
Saliba, yeah.
So there was no Saliba, no Odegaard, no Zinchenko, no Calafiori, no... I'm missing one other one. No, Tomiyasu, but Tomiyasu is always gone.
And Saka just came back.
And Saka, it was Saka's first game back. And Saka did not... You could tell second half, it was his first game back. First half, Saka was doing things to Robertson that shouldn't even be allowed.
Brother.
And I'm tripping. I was like, these people still want to tell me Saka's not world class. They want to tell me that boy is not world class.
That Saka is definitely world class, bro. I think he's gotten over that hump. I think now from this point onwards, it's just maintenance and just progression.
I think he must go up a level to kind of.
He doesn't need to go up a great level. He just needs to, like, from where he is now, 1 or 2 a season, but he shouldn't drop beneath that. You know what I mean?
I think he needs to go. He needs to break the 30 goal mark. That's what he needs.
I don't think he needs to do that.
No, I think he needs to break the 30 goal mark.
I think that's putting unnecessary pressure on him. I think right now...
No, he's 23, no? He's 23. He's hitting the 25 goal mark a season.
And that's unbelievably fantastic for a winger, bro. For I would say, a rather creative winger. I think, yes, like 30 goals will be great, but we got to account for the fact that this dude also brings a lot more to the game than scoring goals. He provides assists, he's a great crosser,
I hear that, and his primary threat, so everyone knows that he's primary threat. But
So I think 20
from
is
25 to get me 30 isn't a big ask. You're 23
I
now.
think it is.
It's not.
You see the thing? I think it is. I think
It's not.
to expect 30 from him, I think would take away from what makes him as good as he is. You know what I mean? For me, like speaking from a place, from somebody that like as a winger that's really focused on scoring goals, and the only value people feel he brings is goal scoring. Do you know what I mean? I would love that for him. I would love if he could stay in the 18, 20 range, 10 assists. Because that, if you don't...
No, Saka's not going to give you less than 10.
Yeah. If it's not working for him that day, like, there's something else he's bringing
I think Saka's like already on 6. So, like, the assists I don't worry about, but I think he needs more end product to take us to that next level. So that's the thing. Can I just say also, I want to give a shout out to a Liverpool player. I don't do this often. Konate. Was a poos. Ridiculous. He completely... Martinelli was tormenting Trent, no? But it wasn't noticeable because every time he beat Trent, which was every time, he just would run into Konate.
Yeah.
Konate's so fast. He's so strong.
You
so
know,
black.
I never actually fancied Konate like that. Really. There's something about him I just don't like. I just feel like centre backs are like too tall these days. Kind of give me red flag energy. Maybe I don't know why.
Oh, he's so good. He's so good. I've noticed this last season when we played Liverpool also. He was the only one keeping them alive. Virgil gets cooked. Every time he plays Arsenal, Virgil plays so cuck. And then Konate is the only one keeping them alive. This happened last season twice. And this season, so I want to shout out Konate. Virgil, he's...
They have a good balance. It's a good balance.
Yeah.
Or that destroyer build-up kind of combination between the two. Because you also can't have two, like, a really aggressive defenders as well.
And my thing is, why I was so confused about the game was because everyone was saying, oh no. So like we all saw Robertson get torn up, no? All of us except Virgil. Virgil was the only one that didn't see his partner get torn up and cover him. Whereas Konate was covering Trent every time. Yeah. So that's why I was saying like Virgil's game, he didn't have the greatest game because Konate had a really good game. Because he was a good centre back and he was covering the left channel for them.
Maybe, obviously just a thought, maybe like got caught off guard by the fact that Robbo got torn apart like this. You can expect Trent to be high up the field.
I've not seen Robbo get torn up like that.
Exactly. We don't expect that. So I think to him, that Robbo side, he doesn't need to attend to it as much as Konate maybe for Trent. Because Trent doesn't get torn apart like all the time, but he's so high up on the field. He's basically like another midfielder. So there's gonna be times he's gonna be exposed, I think.
Yeah. And look about the Arsenal thing, I know there's a lot of complaints amongst the Arsenal fan base. We're too defensive. I think we aren't killing games off. We'll go up 2-1 and then it's slate to defend. And we haven't been able to shut the door as effectively this season. We haven't gotten our attacking rhythm. We've been without our star attacking cog. We've been without our engine. We've been without Martin for the last 9 games. So, no Odegaard. Odegaard finished the highest of all our players in the Ballon d'Or voting. Yeah. Also, shout out to Arsenal for having 4 players in the Ballon d'Or top 30.
That was big.
Other than Madrid, it's the only team. So shout out, but Odegaard's a big miss, and you see it because we look so devoid of like any creativity, no? And now Saka also goes out, and you just like, where's anything gonna come from?
I think Trossard is a very underrated attacking option. I think there's something about this dude. He's so basic and simple, but at the same time, he's such a fucking threat, bro.
No, Trossard is ridiculous.
He's ridiculous.
Trossard against Liverpool, that first one. Trossard was going crazy.
Yeah, of course. What the fuck? Hey!
Oh.
Fuck, what was I gonna say now? Fucking lost
it. Trossard.
Just give me a second. Trossard. Oh, my pussy is getting you off.
Yeah. What I was saying is Trossard is a different type of like dynamic. But what were you saying?
I was saying if I had a son and he was a winger, I would want to see him as a young man playing a similar game that Trossard plays. Do you know what I mean? If you see that even like a young player, just someone that's not too flashy. It's very direct. You know what I mean? Very like the fundamentals are great. I think that I admire that.
But my issue is that Trossard is good now. And if Trossard plays a lot, sometimes he plays on the left. Now that Odegaard's been out, he's been allowed in the midfield now. But if Trossard plays, we have no pace in our team. But Saka's not fast. Saka's got good pace, but Saka's not lightning. Saka's got a more control pace. Saka can outrun most fullbacks, but he's not blitzkrieg. No, Martinelli's blitzkrieg. So he can stretch teams. Kai cannot stretch shit. Saka can't stretch shit. Trossard can't stretch shit. The only person that can is Martinelli. So when Trossard comes in, automatically we lose our ability to stretch the field. Compared to City, where City have Doku that is made out of light. They have Salvinho that is made out of light. They have Haaland that's made out of light. They just have fast players. So at Arsenal, our breaks are almost so slow. We don't break at all. We don't play any transition ball. So that's the issue that then comes up with Trossard. And look, Arsenal fans, yeah, we've all the games we've dropped points this season was that red cards, and now Liverpool. I just think we've been very, very naive this season. We've been very, very naive, and that's what it is. We can blame the refs, no? But we allowed all those send-offs with our actions.
On the ref thing, on a side note, do you watch the overlap? Like Gary Neville
Clips.
So Howard Webb was actually on the overlap quite recently.
Yeah.
And he gave some very interesting insights into like referee life. Do you know what I mean? And one thing I also realized, refs are even more so a part of the Hollywood football scene, like now than they were like back then, bro.
Yeah.
Think about I'll read my fucking podcast.
Yeah.
He's out here talking, he's very well spoken. I can tell he loves the spotlight.
Yeah.
And I can now, it all makes sense to me. This dude, well spoken, good banter. I'm like, you love the spotlight. You a little superstar, Howard Webb.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's now the head of the fucking
referees.
The referees, and he was a referee before. So definitely there's some of that. You can't tell me Michael Oliver doesn't have a little bit of a thing going there for him.
Yeah.
He's got something. You know what I mean? And a lot of them was speaking about was like just the human element of refereeing, bro. And that's it's like, say a foul gets given here and like you don't give that foul, and everyone is like bereaved and shit like that. And then on the opposite end, someone like makes a foul, but it's like not maybe active, but now you pressure to give the foul.
Yes, that's the thing.
Because you didn't give that one there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's all that dynamics that plays a role in this.
I hear that, no? But when there isn't consistency, it bothers me.
Yeah, and that ties into that whole, how hard is it for referees to be consistent on that field?
That's the thing. Like, no. So like the Liverpool game, the beginning of the game, I liked the ref. Because the ref was allowing Arsenal and Liverpool to play. So there was fouls, no? It wasn't yellow cards, it wasn't pratery, there wasn't like emotions, we weren't going boss. Let the game flow. The moment that ref fucked up that game is the first time Diaz kicked that ball away.
Yeah.
Because when he kicked the ball away, then all the Arsenal players went to the ref and asked him, why is that not a yellow card? No? The second time he did it, so the second you feel there's injustice in the game, the ref has lost the plot. No? Look at the Ligt challenge and look at the Konate challenge. What is different?
I didn't really see the Canada challenge like that.
There's not. I watched both. There is nothing different, no? So if you saying the Ligt one was a penalty, no? There was more contact from Konate than there was the Ligt. There was way more. Konate went to ground. Konate got the ball with a part of his body that he was not tackling with. Konate went to ground and the ball hit him on his thigh. He tackled. He took Martinelli out with his feet. So, and the ball, more than anything, hit Konate. He didn't make a he hit Konate.
Yeah.
Martinelli said, but you give the Ligt one. No? Cost the manager his job. That was the nail. Imagine you, Ten Hag, and you're sitting there and you're watching this. And you just watch this guy who gives this penalty. And you know your job is now on.
But okay, to be fair on that.
And can we use this also to fade into the Ten Hag thing?
But to be fair on that, how long we're gonna have to walk that tightrope? It was gonna happen.
Yeah.
We can't go on like that, like you lose a game, you go on. That kind of thing. Because it was a matter of time. Do you know what I mean? Like the only thing that could have saved his job was I wouldn't have called it a miracle. He would have to win like maybe 3-4 in the spin. That would be like, and even then, even after that, if performance is dropping it, then it's I'll be on him again. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
he was living dangerously a long time. Every decision he makes, it doesn't go his way. He's now counting against him. And if you imagine you're a manager like that, bro, like you're just being watched. Everything you do, like, oh, you don't summon this player. Boom. That's why. Anything you do right will just quickly be overshadowed by something goes wrong.
Nope.
So I think it's just a matter of time. It's a sad story.
So how do you feel now that Avram is gonna get the job?
Amorim. I think I'm excited, because that's one thing that's good about, like, this kind of changes and stuff like that. It brings excitement, brings hope. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you have hope. There's a new start, whatever. But in reality, like, this voice back in my mind is like, yo, this is just another lamb to slaughter. You know what I mean? Like,
No, he's I think tactically he's an astute coach.
And it takes more than that. Like, Ten Hag was a tactically astute coach. Van Gaal, Mourinho.
The thing is, I never saw with my own eyes at United Ten Hag tactically having a tactical masterclass that wasn't on the counter against when Arsenal played Sporting in the Champions League. No, not last season, the season before. I watched him do every single thing, every single counter there is to Arsenal's game, and then create a new one. He created the half mid block against Arsenal. He created that, and people are still using that till today against Arsenal. Where your mid block, with the team, you get your low block, where you defend in your own box, Then you get that mid block where you just defend outside of your box. He created a half mid block. So his centre backs sat just barely inside in their own box, not barely, but then his midfielders sat in the mid block with his strikers, and they tucked, and that's just how they pressed. Even they moved the whole block together, and then when the ball would go out to the right, with Odegaard, what they would do is they would shift half of their block over, and then they would keep the other half. It's very hard to explain, but it was the first time I watched someone, like tactically, like when I broke it down, I was like, he is neutral, because he took out our spaces in between the lines, And then when we tried to stretch them, because the way you break a compact team was you stretch them, right? So instead of us being able to stretch them because they were compact, they kept their cover on the opposite wing, So they covered Martinelli, but they still brought enough people across to stop the Odegaard Saka overload. Then, when we would cycle the ball back out to Martinelli, the same thing. So basically, he was creating a hole in his midfield. He was giving us a hole to play through, That every time we got close to that hole, he would fill the hole again. So that's why.
Are you like seeing this during the match?
I was watching it.
After the
I was watching it during the game. The thing is, I couldn't understand why Odegaard and Saka were playing so bad. No, and then second half, I sat and I was like, something is different, because I've seen teams defend against Arsenal. They'll double Saka. They'll play a deep block. And allow no space between the lines. But then our automatic counter to that is we'll spread the ball quick. We'll get Ben White to play a crossfield to Martinelli. So we'll stretch the team. Because now they have to come out of that compact shape. The right back then goes out. There's a space between the right back and the centre back next to him. And then I was watching this boy and I noticed we were trying that. But instead of there being a space between the right back and the centre back, now there's a space between two centre backs. Like, I was like, that don't make sense, because we pulled them out, but someone else came with him, and they just decided to leave the space in the middle. So I was like, wait, that should play into our advantage, right? But we couldn't cope with the fact that there was a space in the middle. We did not have the facilities to deal with the fact that our only space now existed in the middle. And the second we came into the middle, they would collapse into us. So they were trapping us everywhere we went. And I deeped it in that game. And that's the first time I said I've ever noticed someone tactically against Arsenal get something so right. I think that game ended 1-0. I think they scored that curler.
Yeah, that curler.
Yes, bro. And I couldn't understand. I thought, okay, we're playing away, We came to the Emirates. He did the same thing. And by then, I'd clocked it in the first game. So the second game, I could actually deep it. And I was like, this massive booster are so fucking good.
But look.
Like, tactically, no one to that point, not even Pep, broke Arsenal's attack down like that. Pep will force you to defend. But he allowed Arsenal to attack, but he neutralized Arsenal's attack in a way I had not seen a team neutralize it. It was active neutralization. Wasn't hoping that, oh, we're going to stay compact. Oh no, we're going to play spread or we're going to press. He'd done so many things.
Yeah.
They were so reactive to our solutions that I was like, that's dark. And since then, I've seen other teams incorporate that half space. So like against Liverpool, that half space that I'm talking about was Trent and Kanate. Every time I beat Trent, Kanate was there. No? So automatically the space is between Kanate and Virgil, right?
Yeah.
But we couldn't exploit that because that's our weak point through the middle. So he covered our wings, he covered our from the center circle forward, and he covered the half space, and then he leaves this massive space between his centre backs. So that's why I say that boy showed me flames.
Look, the thing is,
That boy showed me flames. I never seen that.
I think he may be tactically astute. You know what I mean? Like I said, there were others before him that were also tactically astute. I think, I'm going to give you a hot take, a controversial one. I think United needs something else besides tactically astuteness. Like, if I'm looking at it, he may be tactically astute with that particular Porto team, eh? But to come into United and be tactically astute with what's there and just all the different dynamics that's in that club right now, it is incredibly difficult. And I think, in my opinion, like, what would you say was out of all the United teams so far, what would you say was the best one that you've seen? What would you say? That's a tricky question.
I say Prime Ollie after he got the job. Ollie after he got the job.
So, spot on.
After he got
Ollie,
Ollie's at the
Ollie,
wheel.
when Ollie, look, people give him shit, but when Ollie was at the wheel, we had never looked that good under any manager.
You're knocking, blood. You're knocking.
Any manager. He'd given us the best little moments I'd like really seen. And Ollie wasn't tactically astute. What that was there was something else. Ollie had a connection, a personality, a way with these players. That's what we need.
How did you sink that point so well? Jesus.
You know what I mean?
How did you make me a believer?
Yeah,
Wow.
and that's what we need. We need a character, a good character, like a spark of a manager. Not, you can be technically astute, you can be brilliant, whatever. You come in, bro. If you don't have that spark, if you cannot get these players on your side to do what you want them to do, you can be the most tactically astute manager in the world. You're gonna lose. Still. You know what I mean? Because your tactics is just not gonna translate. So I think we need more than anything. We need someone that's got good character and that finds a way to connect with these players. I think.
And I think it's also it's gonna be. Do you know what for me is going to determine Amorim's success as a manager? And I feel like we're cycling. I know we're cycling as flashbacks. Yeah. He's going to have to drop Marcus Rashford. No, he's going to. Must I tell you why? Yeah. And the main reason why I think he's going to have to drop Marcus Rashford is, so he plays with wing backs, right?
Yeah.
He plays with...
Okay, like, before you continue with your point, this is what I meant by those dynamics. Normally, in a normal situation, when you get a new manager...
Why are you spitting today? Why is he
doesn't have to worry about... To send a message to do this, he needs to drop that player, but he also needs to play this player. He needs to... You see what I mean? There's a lot of weird dynamics going on there. You know what I mean? Like, that he's coming into, whereas at Porto, we didn't really have that. All he needed to do was focus on the tactics. Yo, here's the thing. This mana, do this. You didn't have to worry about dropping this person. Pepe's got an attitude. We need to show the fans this, whatever. Anyways, as you were before.
Yeah, that's fire. Look here. It still killed half of my point, but I'm going to use an example now. I watched Sterling against, maybe like 2 games ago. Sterling was playing for Arsenal on the right wing. Saka was out. And I watched what happened when we lost the ball. And I watched Sterling track back. And he was tracking back. But I was watching how long it took him to track back. And how long it took him to get to the edge of our box. And he did not look defensively hungry. And that game, they just kept isolating Sterling. And then Saliba got sent off still. Yeah. And then Sterling was the one to get sacrificed. And I had not seen that. Like, that's not a norm in my mind. Because I have Martinelli and Saka, who track from box to box. They run their gat off. And then recently I was watching this United game. So it was after the Sterling thing. After that, I was like, okay, Sterling's not. I don't want Sterling to play a minute for my team anymore. Because I thought it would be a nice addition. Not at all. It's going to be a defensive liability. You aren't that guy. I then saw Rashford do the exact same job.
Rashford does do it. He does do
And
that.
I was like, you, my friend, more for my agenda. You are a weakness. You are a liability. You are a liability. If you want a good team, name me one team right now in the world that is playing well, that is carrying a player defensively.
Like a luxury player.
Yeah, that's carrying a player defensively.
That's been phased out a couple of years ago with the Ozils and
Bro,
James Rodriguez.
The only people who can get it right is like Madrid.
And the thing is, if you are a luxury player, you need to have something else. Rashford doesn't have a luxury player.
He ain't luxurious.
Like he's a speedy winger. That's not a luxury player. A luxury player is silky. He doesn't misplace passes. He's like key to the creative like side of the game, and he still scores goals. Rashford is not ever gonna be a luxury player. Do you know what I mean?
I would say Cole Palmer's a perfect example.
Yeah,
of a
Cole
luxury
Palmer's
player.
a luxury. That's a luxury player.
That's a luxury
Yeah,
player.
that's a
He's
player you
gonna
can-
run your offense.
You have to. You can be okay with carrying him defensively because of what he provides for you, like
Offensively.
offensive end. Yeah.
And when I was thinking about this, bro, and I was deciding if I'm worried about this new bro or not, and I am, because I know United, when they get a new manager for that first year, the first 18 months, United look like they're gonna go win the Champions League. Their fans are making crazy bets with me. So I know that you're gonna perform, no? But I think there's problems in your squad that must be addressed. I think the number one problem is the Rashford. How he handles the Rashford situation for me determines his success. If he's going to try to make Rashford a better player, and he's going to try to make him defensively culpable and try to instill that in him, no, he's going to fail. Because Rashford is gonna be like a girlfriend after she cheats. She's gonna be cooking for you. She's gonna be doing all this good cup, but in the back of your mind, this night cheated on you.
Yeah.
You can't forget it.
No,
And the
Rashford
second-
X4 managers already.
That's the thing. He's been here. We've seen him be at the forefront, no? And I'm gonna say if I had to Bruno or Rashford, Bruno's staying. One thing you can't say Bruno don't work. Bruno work.
Bruno works.
Bruno works.
Yeah.
Bruno is out here on some Mexican immigrant thing, blood.
Bruno
Mexican
is
Bruno runs.
I sometimes feel like we don't actually deserve him. Just the fan base, the way the fan base treats him for what he brings to us. No one seems to see that he's actually our best player.
By far.
Yes, even though sometimes he catches and cock and it's rough. It's not like a KDB level production, but he's actually our best player.
No,
Like, you know what I mean?
it's by far. I saw you without Bruno that one
It's
game.
us, bro. It's
Yeah, to
different.
start, eh?
It's different.
It's tough.
It's
At least
different.
with Bruno, you're gonna get a Hollywood pass. Without Bruno, you have no Hollywood pass.
We have nothing. We really have nothing.
Yeah, so Bruno.
Bruno
has to stay.
Bruno tries to pull that pass because he knows he can make that pass. And
That's
lots
the
of
thing.
other people know too. Do you know what I mean? Like that's why he's pulling it. Doesn't get it right
He's
a
gonna
lot
hold it.
nowadays, but yeah, he's gonna do it. And that's I always told you this before. There was a stage in United's timeline where number 10 was our problem area.
Yeah.
So we had a whole lot of workhorses that ran side to side.
Yeah.
But nobody
Went
went straight to the fucking finish line. We got him. And that made a difference, bro. We were able to then go into that Oli era where we were run and gun. Because that's like the best United can do. We run and gun. Fucking blast table forward, get behind the defense. We're not going to take it nobody.
But what concerns me about that style for Bruno specifically in United, no? And this is why. So I think Amorim will work if Amorim plays his style. If Amorim's gonna do that thing where he tries to adapt to the players he has at him, like that Ten Hag did. That's what sold Ten Hag. Ten Hag changed his playing style. Ten Hag should have put under 10 in there that was gonna play a position based.
Whenever I think about this in my own hypothetical world, and I have football fantasies, I fantasize about a new manager coming in and just playing like the under 19 team.
Yeah.
To break down the culture and reset it. Even though we might lose, do something. Because I think culture is our main issue more than anything else.
And to just drop y'all some stats, that in Liga NOS, Amorim's teams throughout his reign has been bottom of the long pass metrics. They play the least long passes in the league. No? They play the most short passes in the league. And they have the lowest distance between their passes in the league. And they top 5 in Europe for distance passed. They passing 2 meters, meter and a half, 3 meters. I think his average distance is like 2 point something meters. They are not playing it long.
Oh, that's actually wow.
Is that not a crazy stat for you?
That is
He
crazy,
refuses to play it long. He hates the long ball. He builds out the back and he will rather keep the ball, keep it moving, than kick that ball long for no reason. He's got the lowest metric. I think it was all 4 of his years at Sporting, but I know the stat that I'm talking about is for the last 2 seasons specifically. That he plays the shortest ball in Europe. Some of the shortest ball.
And now the real question is, will he be able to take that identity, we can call it, or character, and like enforce it upon United? Like, will he be able
so used to
will he be able to translate that over and like you said, it's either adapt to what's around and try and play the style that suits the team, or impose your will upon the team. And I think that comes down to what kind of character Amorim will be.
And
can he use his tactics? Is there a way for him to get these players to just do what he needs?
And you know what's crazy, eh? Do you know who was a part of Amorim's shortest passing teams?
Who got it?
Bruno Fernandes. Bruno played for Amorim.
Oh shit, that's right.
He sold him in his first season.
Bruno and Ugarte also played.
Ugarte came from there, But they both used to that. Because in his first season, that's when they sold Bruno.
Wow, that's incredible.
So Bruno knows what this brother's about. And Bruno played that and Bruno did well because they won the league that season.
Yeah. And that was Bruno's style, was psychotic, I think.
Yeah, and they won the league that season. So Bruno knows what this brother's going to do.
Yeah.
He ain't changed up. He been playing this.
That's a feather in our cap.
I came with stats today. I'm focused.
That's a feather in our cap. I'm not gonna lie. I even overlooked it. I only thought of like Ugarte, but like Bruno. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Bruno's also been here for couple novels.
Yeah, it's 4 seasons.
4 seasons. Yeah, damn.
Yeah, is it 4 seasons?
I think so.
Did Bruno get it 2025?
Okay. Bruno came in that COVID year just before the lockdown.
That's 2019.
Yeah. He came just before lockdown, I believe. Because we had
in January.
We had a run. Yeah, January we had a run after he came. And then I think things went down. Then we came back. Then we had that Just United team with Olivos. Oh. When there was no fans in the stadium.
Yes.
Yeah.
But look, guys.
Fanless United.
Let us know what you think about all of this shit in the comments. That's obviously a new United era. The era of drinking United tears is over. Now,
at least.
I'll be watching less United games now for a little bit. Things are gonna go a bit better. I was hoping Ten Hag would make it till the Arsenal game at least, so we can chop him up a bit.
Oh, that's crazy. But look, the thing is, this could be great. This could be new hope. This could be the fresh start we always wanted. But this could also be Ralph Rangnick. Do you know what I mean? This could also be Van Gaal. This could also be Ten Hag.
It could be a Frank de Boer.
Or it could be a Frank de Boer.
9 games. It's literally all about how the players respond.
Yeah, how they respond.
And the results. Main thing is results.
But do you think he gets a free run for the rest of the season? Do you think if he starts losing a couple of games in the season, like having just arrived, will that pressure really start to mount, and will people start asking for his head at the end of the season already? If he starts to lose games?
I think it will come down to one thing and one thing only, no? Is he losing games playing his system? If he's not playing his system and you cannot visually see with your eyes what he's trying, no? And you start losing, he's gone. He's gone before the end of the season. I promise you. If results aren't kicking and he's playing some Bombay style and you're not seeing a shift in playing style, if you can't see who's doing something, he's gone, blood.
Yeah, he's gone.
But if there's a style, I think you'll still be happy. And I think you'll last out the 18 minimum. The United 18.
The United 18.
The United 18 months.
That is a rough. I'm still in a bit of disbelief that you are just fucking cycling through managers like this. Bro.
Love it.
It's actually crazy to be
I
in
love
this
it.
place.
You're on a woorting.
Yeah, we are road right now, bro.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
yes.
But like, it keeps it exciting. Now we have some new shit to talk about.
Yeah.
United
definitely.
fans, it's a drama show. Just
Revitalized.
enjoy it. Revitalized. We start to charge again. United. We started again. Peace out.